Before we begin, I want you to pause for a moment and be honest with yourself. How many times has your own mind worked against you? How many times has fear, doubt, or inner chaos stolen your peace, your clarity, your strength? Most people spend their entire lives being controlled by their own thoughts without ever realizing it. But the Ascetic Samurai discovered something different. They discovered a discipline that gave them something rare, something dangerous, something almost forgotten: absolute control over their own minds. This discipline eliminated fear, eliminated distraction, eliminated emotional weakness, and replaced all of that with clarity, silence, and inner power. In this video, you will discover the principles that transformed ordinary men into mentally unbreakable warriors. And if you apply this, your mind will never again have power over you in the same way. You will begin to think clearly, act with precision, and to live with a level of control that most people will never experience. But before continuing, write in the comments, "I master my mind." That's the first step. When you declare that, you begin to change. Now take a deep breath and enter the discipline of the Ascetic Samurai. The greatest battle the samurai ever fought was not against an enemy. It was against their own mind. Distraction, fear, doubt, emotional chaos. These invisible forces destroy more warriors than any sword ever could. But the Ascetic Samurai discovered something different. They discovered a discipline that could silence the mind completely. And once they learned this, nothing could control them again. The first discipline was solitude. The Ascetic Samurai deliberately separated himself from noise, comfort, and constant stimulation. Not to escape the world, but to face himself. Because in silence, you can no longer hide from your thoughts. You are forced to see your fears clearly. And this is where true mastery begins. The second discipline was stillness. Not physical stillness, mental stillness. They trained themselves to observe thoughts without reacting, like watching clouds pass across the sky. The thought appears and disappears, without control, without resistance. This is how they broke the mind's dominance. The third discipline was voluntary discomfort. Cold mornings, hard ground, minimal food, not as punishment, but as training. Because comfort weakens the mind, discomfort strengthens it. The Ascetic Samurai became stronger by removing comfort from his life. The fourth discipline was emotional neutrality. They did not chase pleasure. They did not fear pain. They remained balanced, calm, untouchable. Because when emotions do not control you, nothing else can. The fifth discipline was absolute presence. No distraction, no divided attention, only the present moment. Because the mind loses power when it cannot escape into past regret or future fear. Presence is control. The sixth discipline was self-observation. They watched themselves constantly, their thoughts, their impulses, their reactions, without judgment, without denial. Because awareness dissolves unconscious weakness. You cannot change what you cannot see. The final discipline was acceptance of death. Not physical death, but the death of the ego, the death of emotional dependence, the death of mental weakness. This is what made the Ascetic Samurai free. Because once you accept everything, nothing can control you. This discipline still exists today. Not in temples, not in mountains, but inside you. Every moment you choose silence over noise, discipline over comfort, awareness over reaction, you become stronger, calmer, unbreakable. The world cannot control a man who has mastered his own mind. And this is the true discipline of the Ascetic Samurai. Not fighting others, but mastering himself.